WKNC 88.1, you're listening to The Local Beat, your favorite specialty show. And you may remember, if you're a longtime listener, that we've had Goddamn Wolves on the air before. And for anyone freaking out, yes, I can say those words. The FCC does allow it. So we have, once again, Goddamn Wolves on air. But this time they're back with a new EP and they're going to do a live set for you. However, we're going to start off by streaming some of their songs so we can cover the entire EP, half streamed, half played. Keep it locked on The Local Beat, WKNC 88.1. We've got lots more to come.
Did
And we're back, WKNC 88.1. Like I said, we have goddamn wolves on the air, and they are going to be here talking about their newest EP. Would y'all like to go down the line, introduce yourselves, say what you do in the band, and if one of you wants to shout out the title of the EP, that would be incredible.
Okay, I'm Chris Wielding. I play guitar and I sing. I'm not going to tackle the pronunciation of it because I don't speak French. So.
I'm Drew Folia. I'm the drummer, and it's Dauphine.
Dauphine?
Yes.
Now I speak
Is
French.
the EP. Yes.
I'm Laura McCullough. I'm on bass and backing vocals.
Nice. And once again, what's the EP called?
Go ahead, Laura, your turn.
Dauphine.
All right. When did this come out, or has it yet to do so?
I believe it was around the end of July that it came out.
So just a
pretty
little
recent.
bit. Yeah, just a little over a month. How long have you been working on it?
Oh, well, how long have we had those 3 songs? A few months anyway.
Yeah, at least I'd say we've been, at least 6 months. We've got quite a lot in the queue. Scheduling time to do the recordings gets a little tough. So
but we recorded in one day.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, one day is pretty serious.
Yeah.
That's the way Pete, the guy who records it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a one and done
That's
thing.
the most he can take of us.
That's Not at all. Huge shout out to Deep Sound Studio in Durham.
Usually what bands say is when they're like, oh, we got it done in one day, they're like, yeah, that's all we could afford.
Well, that too.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's that too.
So I guess
we kind of thinking we'd do a few EPs, and then maybe after we get about one more done, go ahead and have a full length ready.
Oh, so you're already working on that, or at least have it planned in the future. Yes. Obviously, since it's not something that you're officially working on yet, I understand that these questions might be unable to answer, I guess. Do you think it's going to be a compilation of songs off of each of the EPs, or completely new material?
I would guess the EPs made plus a couple songs.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes a full-length album.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it will be all new material.
No.
Well, back to the EP that just came out a little over a month ago. Let's kind of focus on that for a second. How many songs does it have?
3 songs.
3 songs, okay. Just like the previous one that you did, right?
Well, no, the early one had 4 songs on
Okay, well, I mean, close enough.
So, yeah.
Is there any particular reason you chose the title Dauphine?
We were trying to get a cover together, and Laura suggested Marie Antoinette. Right? Didn't you suggest
yes.
that? And found this cool picture of her, and we put claw marks on her face. And then then coming up with a title, I just started looking at Wikipedia and reading about her. And she was a Dauphine, which means it's like princess or something.
Right.
Duchess, I think.
Yeah.
Is the Yep.
But why did you choose Marie Antoinette? Or does it have any relevance or just a cool image?
Well, we've been kind of playing with this imagery. Chris started it. Our original logo was George Washington on the dollar bill, but then it has the claw marks on his cheek.
Right.
So we've kind of been expanding on that. Like one of our logos is a Puritan with that claw mark on the cheek. So I guess it's pretty much anybody who's kind of in infamy in history will just put that claw mark there. So French Revolution seemed kind of ripe with possibilities for that.
Absolutely. What would you say to someone who said that George Washington isn't an infamous character? A lot of people would, I would say, revere him.
Well, I think other people could also say he did unsavory things.
Of course. I mean, you could say that about practically anyone.
It's true.
For that matter.
Yeah.
So what's your
I'm
process?
sure Marie Antoinette did some really nice things.
Did
too.
she?
According to Wikipedia.
I mean, she certainly wore and ate some really nice things.
Definitely.
There you go.
I guess it's on what's
Look,
on the inside.
I'm not here to badmouth George Washington.
That's why I'm here, though. I'm going to go ahead and no.
You know what? You just gotta have all sides of the spectrum represented. Laura on the left, Chris on the right, and then you're the centrist here, Drew.
Yeah.
At least in terms of George Washington perception.
That would be about it. Certainly not politically.
Yeah.
And you also each represent one of the 3 claw marks.
Yeah,
Aw,
there you go.
how cute.
That actually was deliberate.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, don't wolves have more than 3 talons?
Yeah, I don't think that's an accurate
No.
An accurate claw.
All of my claw marks from the wolves are more than 3, I can tell you. Yeah.
How many times have you battled a wolf, Drew?
More than I care to admit, actually, yeah.
but you won,
That's
so.
it. Well, There's some questions.
Some questions. We made the joke behind the scenes when setting up for this set. I was like, Drew, do you think you're capable of doing this? And the rest of the band, of course, started clowning on him, saying like, we don't know if he is.
That comes up often when people ask me things if I'm capable. It's a common thread.
Wrestling a wolf, though, seems to be something you're capable of. Moving a chair, not so much.
Exactly.
You know what? It's a hit or miss. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Which brings me to my next question. When writing this EP, what do you think each of you contributed to like the overall completion of it? Because I believe from the last interview that we had, we discussed that Chris was like the main singer-songwriter. But as a cohesive band, what do you each do?
Yeah, generally, I'll bring in the song close to at least it has a start, middle, and an end, and then the three of us will just work on it and shape it. So with the songs I bring in don't sound like the songs that we end up oops, sorry.
Don't worry about that.
The songs that we end up recording, everybody, when we're in a room together, it just mutates into what we end up with.
Right. Do all of you have similar like musical styles or influences?
No, I wouldn't think. I don't think they're far off, but I'd say we all probably have pretty varied styles all among us, or each individual has varied styles, right? That we gravitate toward. I'd say, but I don't think they're.
I would say I go more classic pop rock. Laura's more like indie, and
I'm surprised you said indie and not grunge, since she did audition for Hole. I remember that story.
Not grunge.
She did not get the job.
Yeah, see?
There you go.
And then Drew can go pretty heavy, but he's also got the hip hop interests. And,
definitely.
Very cool.
So,
and that came a little later, but that's definitely been influencing me more and more.
Out of sheer curiosity, what are some hip hop artists that you're into right now?
Oh, Cooley High.
Very cool. They're local.
Oh my God, I love those guys so much. I've been seeing them for, probably 10 years or more.
Nice.
Since they started. I know we saw them right here at NC State.
Yeah.
For years, and been following them ever since. They're playing at Groove in the Garden next week. I'm super stoked for that.
So is WKNC. We're actually going to be representing at Groove in the Garden as like a sponsor of the event. So.
Awesome.
Oh, great.
For anyone listening, just a quick shout out. Adam Lindstadt and another representative from Groove in the Garden will be on WKNC next Friday from noon to 1 p.m. I will be conducting the interview. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that event, tune in for that. Otherwise, back to Goddamn Wolves. Goddamn Wolves in the Garden.
So Adam, next year, that's what we'd like to hear is Goddamn Wolves at Groove in the Garden.
Are you listening, Adam Lindstadt? Are you listening?
There you go.
Let's just hope that he's at some Cup of Joe, far away in Raleigh, and not sitting in the poorhouse struggling.
Yes. He is a hard worker.
He is a hard worker.
Music. Huge shout out to him too for all he does in this area.
Absolutely. WKNC
Great.
just had an event at the Poorhouse in July. Yeah, it was the Chainsaw Presents show.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Adam for that one, for hosting and letting us do that event, because it was wild. It was wild for sure. Thank you for letting us tear up your establishment.
Yeah, no joke.
Speaking of an establishment and tearing it up, Claw Marks, what is the next show that y'all have to promote?
Well, we're doing SparkCon tomorrow night at Crank Arm Brewing.
Tonight, actually.
Oh, tonight.
Yes.
Jeez. I'm sorry.
It is Saturday.
Laura, you need to be
You
there.
had one job. You had one job.
Drew and I are playing tonight.
Laura's playing solo tomorrow.
I'm playing tomorrow night. Wait a second. Who's playing? That hurts.
That's it. Yeah, this is a weird time to have this conversation.
This is awkward, isn't it?
We got the bassist from Hole.
We're going in a whole grunge direction now.
Really?
Okay, one of you talk about it.
Yeah, tonight, 7 o'clock at we're going to be at Crank Arm. We'll be on at 7, but there will be a band starting, I believe, at 4.
I think 5.
5. Okay, so come check that out. SparkCon, another great venue in the area, another great festival that they have in the area.
I'm actually a little unsure as to what SparkCon is. I know that they have different events where it's like a blank spark, or like reading spark or music spark or something. Yeah,
it's all the different kinds of arts.
Oh, cool.
Getting the local community involved in all the different ways. So there's visual arts and dance, and so they do Spark, or I think they call it Dance Spark and Music Spark and all the different.
And it's all volunteer based, right?
All volunteer based. I think
open source.
All open. So all the shows are free. So you just show up at a venue, and they're just at all the different venues around the Raleigh area. Yeah, a lot of fun. Great way to spend the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Wow, I might have to go. I'm
Definitely go to Crank Arm at 7 o'clock.
Tomorrow night. Oh, tonight.
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 Did you do that on purpose, or are you doing it now?
Oh, no, I screwed up genuinely. You've poisoned my brain.
I know, sorry.
I hope the audience got it right. SparkCon is tonight. They're going to show up at Crank Arm tomorrow night and be like, hey, we're here for the Wolves.
That's
and
right.
You're like, but do you want a pint? Or like, why are you here?
Also worthy to go there for the pint. Great beer there, too.
I think there's a bunch of bands tomorrow night, too, right?
There are,
Last
I think
night,
so.
tonight, and tomorrow.
I think in the afternoon tomorrow.
Oh, in the afternoon. Okay.
So it sounds like the audience can't lose. They're going to show
Right.
up
They
one of
cannot
those
lose.
nights.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just it might not be for you.
Right.
Which is boo-hoo.
Which would be losing.
Although Laura
but
probably
yes.
will be there.
I will be
tomorrow.
there at 7. It's on my calendar.
Tonight.
It's on her calendar next week.
That's right.
She's there every night.
She's there every
night. Sad.
Reach out if you need someone.
I will.
So tell me a little bit more about that. How did you get, I guess, booked on this lineup, or how did your attention get drawn to SparkCon?
Well, I had attended it with my family. I moved here about 4 years ago, and I think the first year that we were here, my wife was working at Red Hat, and of course, they're all about open source, and so she was very aware of it. So we went down there, and it was just great. I mean, it was just all sorts of things for all kinds of people. All interests are really covered. So once we got this band, I started thinking that might be something for us to try for.
Right, shoot your shot.
Submitted an application, and we got accepted.
That's really, really cool. Nice. Any other big events that Goddamn Wolves has done in the present, past, or future?
Well, I think the one that we're really excited about is coming up next week at Local 506. We're opening for Seattle band Dude York. And I know all of us are really, really like their new record, so it's really going to be a privilege opening for them.
Maybe we'll be able to stream one of their songs during like an air break or something, just
that'd be
to
great.
give a taste of who you're going to play with, because I know that I've personally heard of Dude York but have never checked them out. And
They're
that's
good.
really
They're
no
really good.
that's really no consolation. Like, it's like, oh, have you heard of this band? Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what they sound
But
like.
you guys play them quite a bit. I've heard them quite a bit on air here.
Yeah. I know that our daytime music director, gosh, I can't remember his on-air name. It's something really stupid. I know he runs he runs a vaporwave set, so it's just goofy. It's gonna come to me like halfway through the interview. We're gonna be talking something totally
Shout it
different.
out.
Exactly,
There you go.
I
That's
will. So Cliff, if you're listening, please let me know what it is. Fun fact about Cliff, and I love this man. If you go to the WKNC Instagram page, not only does it have, or not Instagram, Wikipedia page, not only does it have a little bit about us, it has like our key moments in history. And of course, Wikipedia is open to the public. So he went in and logged him. He's been our daytime music director for almost 3 years now. And so he logged the year as Cliff Jenkins takes over as daytime music sheriff. And it's, and it's on our Wikipedia page forever now.
That's perfect.
I mean, I guess
a new sheriff in town. I like it.
sheriff
I
in
like
town. We could take it down, but like, what's the point?
No,
He's also changed his. We have like the offices labeled, and he changed it to say daytime music sheriff over there too. So
perfect.
he really fits the bill. He's growing out a mustache now. It's,
Wow.
I got to see it feels very safe here.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think it has to do with the presence of
It's the law dog.
Yeah.
The
The law
law.
dog.
He is the law, which I shouldn't say too loud, because we also have a DJ who goes by The Saw. Her favorite band is Whitechapel. They have a song called The Saw is the Law.
Oh,
So-
nice. Yeah.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, I know.
see.
Yeah, who knew?
Two conflicting powers fighting for control over WKNC. But luckily, neither of them are here, and the only power in the studio is Goddamn Wolves. If y'all want to transition on over into the live set, because I believe you have
Sure.
two more
Okay.
songs up in line for us, I will give the audience an air break from our delicious voices. I'm going to play a sweeper real quick, and when we come back on air, Goddamn Wolves is going to be playing live from their album Dauphine on the local beat WKNC. This is DJ Beowvlf, the host of your favorite specialty show. Keep it locked, or if you're in Cup of Joe, stay exactly where you are. 88.1, we are back. They are switching on over into a live set. You may hear some auxiliary noise from them tuning and checking and making sure that all is good. Y'all ready to roll?
I think should I hear myself? Oh, I kind of do. All right.
You should be able to hear yourself. Heck yeah. All right, WKNC 88.1. I'm going to turn things over to Goddamn Wolves. And Chris, if you'd like to introduce each song, that would be awesome. Thank you for listening.
Okay, this song is called Nowhere. somewhere over the hill, where the clouds run and I lie still. And I don't care, one day I will. And I don't care. I'm casting a shadow over the rail, where the water is moving like it's skipping bail. And I don't care if I pass or I fail. Yeah, I don't care. I don't know when I will go, but I know I won't stay. Said hello to the undertow that pulls us all the way. But we're getting nowhere and we're making good time. And we're getting into getting out of our mind. And I don't care if you get left behind. Yeah, we don't care. I'm fixing the games our detractors will play. I picked up their voices and I threw them away. 'Cause I don't care about what they say. Yeah, I don't care. I don't know when I will go, but I know I won't stay. Said hello to the undertow that pulls us all the way. For whatever comes next. God is simple, the rest is complex. And I don't care, wait, let me check. Don't care. I don't know when I will go, but I know I won't stay. Said hello to the undertow that pulls us all away. I don't know when I will go, but I know I won't stay. Said hello to the undertow.
I got nothing in the headphones. Is there anything?
Yeah, there's a volume knob on the side. Or not on the side of the headphones.
Over
on the
there.
side of the input.
It's okay. Just go.
Yeah, okay.
Intervention.
Okay, this next song is called Intervention. We both, parentheses, we both know that, or we both know. But the
Nowhere.
first one was Nowhere. This one's called Intervention. Yep. I got a letter in my pocket, says I can't go home. There's nothing in my wallet and I'm on my own. Every word you said is coming to the bone. Even when I say they made that alone. We both know that I won't go back. We both know that that's too bad. Circles for a second look. I'm twitching like a man on a baited hook. Every second take a wish I never took, and every helping hand a wish I never shook. We both know that I won't go back. We both know that that's too bad. We both tried it. I'm the only one who liked it. We both know that that's so sad. Okay, so this
Yeah.
next one is called Getting to Me.
There you go. Should you give maybe a little more? This is a
What?
new one.
This is a new one called Getting to Me.
There you go. All right.
All right. It's very new, so.
Check, 1, 2.
Yeah, I did try it. Sometimes it's just like there's not enough pressure on the ears.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry about that.
Check, 1, 2. Nah, it's all right.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
It's a long road out of nowhere. I got a long past to achieve. I got a laundry list of debts and apologies. I don't know how I'll get there, what I think I'll see. But if I don't move, then this town's gonna swallow me. I don't care about where I've been, as anyone can see. I don't care about where you are, it's where you wanna be. Getting to me. Take the shoebox dioramas, hang a fake tinfoil seas. Lay all the cars in your face, diamond stars, and get them away from me. All the psychodrama and all your carefree scripted things, even because to doubt your abilities. I don't care about who I've been, as anyone can see. I don't care about who you are, it's who you wanna be. Long road out of nowhere. I got a long past to retrieve. I got a laundry list of debts and apologies. I don't care about what I've been, as anyone can see. I don't care about who you are, it's where you wanna be. Getting to me. It's getting to me.
And that was Goddamn Wolves, their first half of their live segment premiering the Dauphine EP on WKNC 88.1. Going to give them a couple more seconds to transition over. We're going to stream a couple more songs, head back on into the interview, and then do it all again. You know the drill. This is WKNC 88.1, and you're listening to The Local Beat with DJ Beowvlf and Goddamn Wolves. Keep it live. WKNC 88.1. We have decided to do the second half of the live set real quick, just while they're in the groove and energized from playing that last couple songs. So once again, this is Goddamn Wolves doing a live set, and then we're going to do another interview, and then we're going to stream. So I apologize for giving you some misinformation just a second ago, but same band, same specialty show. Nothing much has changed. Thank you for listening to WKNC 88.1. I'm going to pass things over to Chris.
Okay, this song is called You Better Run. So the next song is called Fupt, F-U-P-T. And we're going to keep it clean. All right. Clean for Cherry Berry.
Tired and tough for every broken man. Cut down in his prime by his own two bare hands, but I don't. Now I'm tired and tough for every boy like me who's trying to squeeze the bucket out of his misery, but I don't. And I messed up. Yeah, I don't. I messed up. Trying to walk straight and it always goes away. Never in my life thought I might live to see the day. Trying to walk a straight line, but that's what they all say. Just another lie. Wish I had a clear mind to understand the voices in my head, they're ringing in the band, but I don't. Now I'm that I could stomach what I swallowed whole. Yes, into the top and say you rock and roll, but I won't. Now I'm up. Yeah, I won't. I messed up. Yeah, I've been trying to walk a straight line that always goes away. Never in my life thought I might live to see this day. Trying to walk a straight line, but that's what they all say. Just another lie. Wish that I believed every lie I was told, but I don't. I don't. Now I'm up. I wish I had a broken man, cut down in his prime by his own two bare hands, but I don't. Now I'm up. Yeah, I don't. I messed up. I've been trying to walk straight, always goes away. See the same, try to run the stream, I mean that's what they all say, just another lie.
Woo! That's it. That's all you get, DJ.
So disappointing that I can't hear more of Goddamn Wolves live, because truly they are an enticing and energetic band. I'm going to once again give them just a little bit of time to slide on over, because I know Drew has to crawl out from behind the drum kit and they're all tangled up in a mass of wires and cables, and of course might be a little thirsty, but there are no beverages allowed in the studio, and that is a hard rule. So WKNC listeners, thank you for tuning in. We will be right back. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Fionn Tran, and this is going to be the song You by Slow Glow. So if Fionn or Steven are in Cup of Joe right now, this is for you. Thank you to Fitness Women for wrapping things up. That was the last song that you just heard. It was called Easy. But ultimately, thank you to Goddamn Wolves for being here and playing a lengthy set. The songs that you heard by them are, and in order, No Show, Jeannie Jade, Nowhere, Intervention, Getting to Me, Better Run, and FUPT. That is FUPT.
FUPT.
You really got to spit it out. FUPT. FUPT. Does it stand for anything?
No, well, I guess it does. It's called FUP because I recorded it on a little digital 8-track thing, and it had a scroll thing to name each song, and I messed it up. I think originally it was FUCT, but I messed up and it said PET, and I was like, that's good enough, and then it just stuck.
I kind of like it. I do.
Yeah, and then Drew looked it up in the Urban Dictionary, and it means something.
And it's the shortened version of what you think it means, and it's literally in Urban Dictionary. Because I didn't learning anything about this song. I heard him call it "fupped," and I was like, "Oh, what does that mean?" And I went and looked it up.
Well, I know what FU would stand for, but what's the PT?
It's just like instead of having a CKED in there, it's just.
Yeah, I don't think it's an
it's not an acronym.
No,
it's literally
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just.
I appreciate you dancing around the expletive
I
there.
get it. I'm reading this list over here. I get it. Do not say these words. I won't.
To not say on the radio.
Should I read that list out now or
no
or later?
Oh,
No,
you can't say on air studio checklist.
No, that's
the funny thing is about that list is that it's out of order. It says words not to say on the radio, but where you think it would be like words to not say on the radio. But I guess either way works. I guess the semantics are a little weird, but don't say those words.
I appreciate your grammar, attention.
This is
like,
an
very good.
institute of
Like
higher
not
learning.
to
is,
say
clearly.
words not to say. It should be words to not say.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless anyone is an English major and they're like, this is incorrect completely. The number is 919-515-0881. Feel free to call in and correct
that
me.
infinitive.
Yeah, that's it. Something like that.
Well, would to not say also be an infinitive?
Good question.
Good
Wow.
question.
We're having this conversation. This is
Once again, all English majors or linguistics students, 919-515-0881, please school me and also tutor me. I am a bad student. All right, but back to Goddamn Wolves. And truly, I do love saying your name because I never get to swear on air. Not that I would want to, but there's a little bit of
not a swear word. I don't,
everybody gets so upset, right?
I mean,
love, and
to
for the
Chapel
record,
Hill, it's a swear word.
That's true.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Oh yeah, we're going.
Yeah,
we're going.
Well,
we're going in the den.
There was now. I don't know if this is actually what happened, but there was. Of course, this is festival month here in the Triangle, right? It seems like every festival is now. There was one that will remain nameless that I submitted an application, and when I completed the application, and then when I went to hit enter, it said inappropriate words, not allowed. So. I had to put asterisks in our band name, and then, I guess, shockingly, we did not get the gig. But, I can't be positive. That's why.
Wait, was it the one that just happened?
No.
I don't think it happened yet. I'm not sure.
Because I was going to say, if it was Hopscotch,
then was not
they
Hopscotch.
literally had a band called Tropical Fupped Storm on their lineup.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not hung up on that.
No, I
Although
didn't
they
think
also
so.
rejected us.
Oh, so maybe they are. Yeah, because there's no way they would have rejected
It wasn't
us.
the music.
talent,
I
right? It's not
know
'cause
it
of the
wasn't the
talent.
music.
Absolutely.
It had to have been the name.
Absolutely. Yes. Let's go with that.
Okay, well, we won't fup talk any bad any festivals. I had to quick think like. The phrase I was going for. Now, we're dancing. We're towing the line for sure.
I'll tell you, it was Marbles Kids Day. And,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And,
Yeah.
Was that really it?
No.
I was gonna be like, well, that makes sense. That tracks. I mean, it's fupped up, but
Yeah,
it makes
totally.
sense. So speaking of fupped and the other songs that you did, one of them that you introduced, which I believe was it was Better Run, perhaps?
Yeah.
That was the new one? The new one?
No, that's Getting to Me.
Getting to Me.
Oh, getting to me, yeah.
So how is it that you guys have just released a 3-song EP and are already like putting out new stuff or at least practicing new stuff?
We have a backlog. Again, when we record, it's like one day in and out. So
okay, so the songs that you have are also recorded. You're just not like releasing them yet.
No.
No.
Well, not recorded, not like professionally recorded.
Okay.
We have some, scratch recordings for some of them.
Right.
Yeah, we have like
Lots of them.
our full set list, and then we're just slowly taking our money to record, 3 of them at a time.
Yeah.
I did like that chorale of no. You all said it like no, we don't have that many songs recorded. No.
We would release
will.
them if we had them, but we're getting there. No, we have.
Yeah.
In fact, it's
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. There's quite a backlog of songs, which is why you got to come out and see us 7:00.
3 new songs tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Today.
Not
Today.
tomorrow.
Today.
Yeah,
Right. Not
today.
tomorrow.
I did
It's
say I
7
said
o'clock.
tonight, right?
You did.
Okay,
You got it right.
got it.
7:00.
Congratulations.
At Crank Arm. Come out.
For SparkCon.
For SparkCon, you want to come out because there's lots going on, lots of great restaurants right there, lots of great stuff to do. Crank Arm, if you're a beer drinker's got great beer and lots of great food right in the area. Lots to do.
And if you're not a beer drinker, you can at least enjoy the social atmosphere.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You go like 2 doors down, and you can go to Whiskey Kitchen. Despite the name, they have excellent food.
What about
and other
3 doors
drinks.
down?
3 doors? Is that what it is?
No,
it's
it's 3.
They're on a corner, so if you go 3 doors down, you're in the street.
Right there.
I was really
The
just
pit?
Boxcar.
trying to
that's
like
the band.
the
Yeah.
band.
3 doors
Yeah,
down.
that's it.
They're actually one of the bands playing.
What's that?
No,
They're not.
no, they're not. I'm
Goddamn
kidding. I
Wolves
kid, of
opening for
course.
3 doors down.
No, yeah, there you go. Nice.
Is that the band name? 3 doors down?
Yeah, right.
Is that right?
Isn't it?
It's
Should we know
You're
that?
the DJ.
I
Yeah.
guess. But 3 doors down, I think that's it because it's not 3 Days Grace and it's not Third Eye Blind.
Right.
So I think it is 3 doors down.
I think it is.
I think
yeah.
it is.
2
Once
doors-
again,
2 doors
919.
Actually,
Club?
you know what? We should know this because
No?
it's more our generation. We should know.
Yeah, it's really
but
on
we
us.
weren't. It is our bad.
are you calling me young? Wow.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
That's ageist.
No. Yeah.
It's not a good or bad thing. It's just a thing.
Once again, if we make any mistakes, 919-515-0881.
I was looking out for you. I didn't. your reputation
Why,
was on the
thank
line.
you.
And I
Why,
just wanted to take
thank
the bullet.
you.
Yeah.
But now that you threw us under the bus,
After calling
Nope.
her the DJ and calling
Yeah.
her out, you decided all of a sudden.
You know,
I get
but
it.
yeah. He's an honorable knight
you
in
go,
this
yeah.
scenario. Truly the lone wolf taking it for the
Exactly.
team, taking it for the pack.
That's right.
Anyways, what I was going to say was, before I talk more about goddamn wolves, speaking of wolves and their brothers, is Crank Arm dog friendly?
Yes, they are. Being just a brewery, they don't have food. They have obviously food right around them. I think they have like snack food and stuff, but since they don't prepare food,
And they have like outdoor
dog
seating.
friendly,
Yeah.
outdoor seating. In fact, we're playing on their patio.
Nice.
So that's where the bands will be set up on their patio. So yeah, come on out. Yeah,
Nice.
good time.
My
Weather should
dog-
turn out nice too. By the time 7:00, should start to cool off a tad.
Yeah, the I believe the low of today is 69 degrees.
Yes.
So
Ooh.
it's not going to get too cold, and it's
Yeah.
hovering at about 83
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And it's overcast. So I see no reason why someone shouldn't be at Crank
Exactly.
for SparkCon
yeah, it
tonight.
makes no sense. to
Yeah.
not
Makes
go.
no sense at
It
all.
would be wrong not to actually. It would
In
be-
fact, I think it might be illegal.
there it should be. Again, call if they're.
Call if I'm misquoting the law.
That's right.
I don't want to wrongfully and knowingly distribute a false information, but it's
Not-
illegal to not be there.
Not to go would be a crime.
Oh,
that's right.
there
Yeah.
it goes.
Or is it to not go? To not go.
There we go.
It's all coming full
That's
circle.
it. That's it.
I might be there with my dog. Her name is Pizza. So no
Oh,
food
nice.
there, but Pizza the dog will be there.
Pizza will be there.
How are your
Okay.
rats?
I can't believe you remembered.
I not just remember. I actually
my
follow you on
gosh.
Instagram,
It's
and
on
every
the
now and then
Insta.
I see you post, and it cracks me up.
My gosh.
Yeah, that's good.
They're good.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice. Very
fine.
good.
I just bought them a new cage.
Nice.
They're upgraded from the
Yeah.
1 tier to the 3 tier.
Ooh.
So
I think I want to be one of your rats when
It's
I come
a-
back.
it's
I
a
think
castle for
they're-
sure.
They're living right.
they're
Yeah.
living good for sure. My
All right.
roommate is very creative, and he's always building them like little cardboard like houses or whatever. We've got a little cardboard car for them with wheels attached to toothpicks that rolls.
This
You have
is
to post
fantastic.
that.
Yeah,
you have
definitely.
to post that.
Yeah.
I really should. In all honesty, I deleted my Instagram. Every now and then I'll log in just to like see what my friends are doing, but
Yeah.
like I gotta get off.
Yeah.
These Gen Zers, they're too plugged in, and I'm one of them.
That's
Uh,
it. Yeah.
Not to get too curmudgeon-y or anything.
No, no.
Anyways, back to goddamn wolves, the curmudgeoniest of them all.
well, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that show that you have coming up with Dude York. Why do y'all like them so much, and how did you get on that bill?
Well, actually, Drew is a big KEXP fan.
Nice.
And he'll text Chris and I stuff like, you should check out this band.
Yeah.
And he had texted them over a while before the latest album was out. So I checked it out, and right away I was like, wow, yeah, this sounds really cool. So they were kind of on my radar at that point. And then I noticed that they were playing Local 506, so just threw in a request to open the show, and we got it. So yeah, we're just excited to be opening for a touring band that's coming to town.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was really, she's being modest, but it was all work on Laura's part, following and listening to. Yes, I am a huge KEXP fan. I kind of look at them as the, I guess, maybe the national level of what KNC is.
Right. And technically they are a college radio station, but I do believe that they are funded on a corporate level.
Yeah. They're housed at, I guess, Washington University.
Right, which is a huge school.
Yeah, huge school, and I mean they've obviously got a huge
program,
donor base and everything. Yeah,
absolutely. But
great
what
bands,
they do is
music.
really
Oh,
cool.
very
WKNC definitely aspires to be on a level
I gotta
like
say,
that.
I prefer KNC.
As
Good,
do
yeah, you
I.
should, yeah.
I'm
No, definitely.
certainly biased.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
You know what? You got to root for the underdog, the underwolf sometimes,
there it
right?
Exactly.
Yes.
I could make so many wolf jokes between goddamn wolves, the pack, Beowvlf. We got them all
Oh,
there.
Yeah,
right.
when we named the band, we didn't realize. I mean, we weren't thinking about the Wolf Pack, and then it seems silly that we hadn't.
That's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't when we did our first show here. It was actually you brought it up, and we were kind of right then went, oh yeah, there's that.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you been able to like market towards NC State students?
No.
I guess let's talk a little bit more about your fan base. Like, is it like where do you fit within the local music scene?
Friends and family, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's true. But like lately we've had a lot of exciting stuff happening. Like we've had a couple bands that are coming through town ask us if we would open. One of them is going to be at Slim's in November.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. Like
Yeah.
when these bands are coming through, they go on to Bandcamp and look for local bands, and a couple have hit us up to open. So that's
really cool.
Feels
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels very good.
And getting on the show is great. And I'm hoping that this opening slot for Dude York, the real reason I guess that I was excited to open for them is I felt like maybe the same person would like their stuff and our stuff.
Right.
So I hope maybe some people who have never seen us will like what they hear.
Absolutely. And it's definitely just exciting to be able to go out and play and create music and show it to people, especially if they've never heard it or like never will hear it again. It's that one instance of like we're having like a shared connection, and that's very, very cool.
I think that describes it really well. I think that's the best part about playing live.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's right there in that moment. It's happening. It comes and it goes, and you were there.
You
and
can't
it was
focus
great.
too much if you make a mistake, but if you don't, it's all the better.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Do you have a favorite show that y'all have played? Or like one that stands out in your memory the most?
I don't know. What about you guys?
What'd you say? What was
That Slim's show, that last Slim show was really good.
That was
Who'd you
going to
play
be the
with?
one I was going to say too.
Who
Yeah.
did we put? Medium Heat? Was that with
Medium
Medium
Heat
Heat?
and Duck.
Yeah.
And Duck. That's
It seemed
right.
like-
Duck, who are playing tomorrow at Crank Arm.
Oh, that's right. Are they at
And
Crank Arm?
Laura will be there, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
7 p.m.
Tonight. Not tomorrow.
Tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah.
I've liked every show, actually. I've really been
Come
super.
on, you gotta play
Oh,
favorites.
actually, wait. No, now that the Poorhouse show.
Ooh.
Again, back to Adam and Jack setting up sound.
They do have a
and
very professional sound system.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great.
They do have the
great
best
venue,
sound for
yes.
sure.
Yeah, I thought that sounded really, really good. And that was like one of our very first shows. That was like our second show, I think. So
No, I think it was
No?
our third show.
okay. Oh, okay.
Do you have a least favorite show? Now, obviously, we don't want to talk about the venue or anything if it was a venue that caused the problem, but do you just have this one show that you may remember going particularly badly? It doesn't have to be a goddamn Wolves project. If
I think we would
Oh.
all agree on the one show, don't you think?
Yeah.
I know you know which one it is. Which one are you thinking, Chris?
I don't know. I don't want to say.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to think of other projects
bad
I've been
shows.
in where like there's been something bad
Really fucked
has
up.
happened. Really, yeah.
Oh, I think in our case it was we just had a lot of technical issues. I think we had
Happens
some
to the best
technical
of us.
issues, and I think
Okay.
yeah.
Well, first the opener showed up, unpacked their gear, and then left. And the start time is come and gone, and they're not back. And
like our crowd who came to see us came and went. Right, I mean they were because the opener hadn't started. It was
they hadn't set up yet, and then by the time we got on, it was late, and it was kind of like the mood was kind of, the vibe was gone.
Yeah, you're tired.
Yeah. You know, I think it kind of set us, and then we had some technical press. So
That was probably the one.
I swear, every time
still great playing out, right?
True.
You know,
you got to get it done.
Right.
The joke I was going to make was every time a gig ends before 10 p.m., like an angel gets its wings.
Right?
Those weeknight shows.
Exactly.
I know I'm far too young to be like, I'm tired. But
you have school. You got to.
I do. Also, my boyfriend plays for this like really loud noise metal band, and I love them. I really, really do. But
what's the band?
I cannot shout them out. I cannot promote them because I am affiliated, and that's a perceived conflict of interest.
Can you write it down here and then I say it?
I most definitely no.
While you're writing it down there, you wrote down there one of my favorite bands.
Did I really?
Idols, yes. So good. I so badly wanted to go. They were at King's tried to get tickets like 10 minutes when they went on sale.
They were at King's?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Sold out.
We're going to do...
Awesome.
You could write?
Yeah, we're going to do lots of shout-outs for this, but shout out Anna Louise Flanagan. They played on her birthday. Not for her birthday, but she went to the show, loves that band, and it happened to be on her birthday.
Wow.
So I believe that was her 21st birthday, nonetheless. So
wow.
very, very cool experience as far as I can tell. I, however, did not get into them until after that show had passed.
Oh, so that was another band I found through
that's like
KEXP.
my favorite song.
I love Kings too. We haven't played there, but
I'd like to play there. Agreed. I think it's great sound there too. Yeah, absolutely. If you get a chance, go check them out on the NPR Tiny Desk, the Idols show. They do their 3 songs, and that interview I think is also really, really good. Yeah. He talks about
they do have a Tiny Desk. Yeah,
they do the Tiny Desk, and he talks about how the music they're creating and why they're creating it, and being that kind of super heavy punk sound. Yet being from a place of, we're all in this world together. We got to kind of get along. A lot of the themes of the songs are being nice to one another, and it's just over this super heavy punk. It's just really cool.
I have this playlist on my phone called "Love Yourself," and it has an Idols song on it.
Yep, that's a song.
Just for reference, I'm gonna have to pull it up and see exactly what the song is, because if anyone's feeling down, you really, really should check out this song. It's very comforting, truly it is. And now I'm filibustering because I'm trying to find it.
The opening line of that song is something like, "If someone talked to you the way you talk to you, I would put their teeth through. Love yourself."
Yes, that's exactly what that is.
It's a really good statement, and he just goes on and talking about you got to love yourself.
The song is "Television" by Idols. It is, in fact, extremely explicit. However, the lyrics are, "If someone talked to you the way you do to you, I'd put their teeth through. Love yourself."
There it is.
And that's what they do. The jerks make you not want to look like you. So pay through the nose to look like someone else. All the weirdos on your shelf. Love yourself. Love yourself.
Oh, it's so
love
good.
yourself.
Yeah, he goes on to say those words. He spells those words. He uses them in sentences. It's a good one though. Again though, it's like kind of it feels like it's angry and over that very hard and heavy punk thing, but it's such a beautiful message.
Clearly, one of y'all boyfriends is in Idols.
That's right.
If only. If only. Max, if you're listening, and I think he is. I'm leaving you for the entire band of Idols. You're not in the band, and therefore we cannot be together.
The other funny thing about that band, I got to say, is one of the members is a dentist.
Yes, it's the shirtless guy.
I find that hysterical.
Yes,
right?
I remember we're like bonding right now.
Oh yeah, totally great.
On the Tiny Desk set that they did for NPR, All Songs Considered, the dentist is wearing like skin tight latex red pants and is shirtless with this big bush of chest hair nowhere else except in between his pecs, going nuts, big ol' Hulk Hogan handlebar mustache, and the comments say, "Did you know he was a dentist or is a dentist?"
Yeah, he's a dentist.
And that's just mind-blowing to me. That's so cool. I wonder if he plays his own music in the lobby of his dentistry practice.
That would probably concern some patients, I'd imagine. Maybe not, who knows?
I mean, it says love yourself.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
And actually, it's kind of ironic that he's a dentist, because they don't, over in the UK, don't have free healthcare for dentistry, which is why the running joke is that their teeth are gross, which I'm not saying is true. The British are lovely. They are lovely people.
Maybe that's why he had to get into music business.
I guess, but I mean, the song says you're paying through the nose to look like someone else, and yet his profession is one of the ones that's most expensive over there. Irony.
No, a great band. Very, very good.
Talk to me a little bit more about each of yours personal music preference. What kind of music do you listen to when you want to feel good or get happy for the day?
Well, my all-time favorite artist in any medium is Kristen Hirsch.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be, Throwing Muses, her solo stuff, her other band, 50 Foot Wave. That's totally my go-to.
Do you like Sleater Kinney?
Oh, yeah. I just saw them the other night.
For
yeah,
Hopscotch?
That Hopscotch show got switched over to the Ritz. I mean, I got some feelings about Janet, but it was a great show.
Shout out to my friend Eric. They are very disappointed that Janet's no longer in the band, and they begged me to go in their place and just represent so I could go see Sleater Kinney in their stead, as it's their very first show without Janet. So yeah. Very disappointing, but apparently they did very well according to the Stereo Gum review that I read.
They did great, yeah.
They
was
did great.
great,
Yeah. On to you, Chris. What kind of music do you like?
I listen to a ton of Beatles.
You are the classic pop guy.
Yeah.
I believe we talked about the Beach Boys during our last interview.
Did we?
Very possibly, because Brian Wilson is one of my all-time favorite musical idols.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
I bet. Yeah, I think we did.
And we discussed behind the scenes because you have a song called Jeannie Jade, and I asked if it had any relation to Jean Genie by David Bowie, and you said you were listening to that album quite a bit.
Yeah, well, that the Bowie period with Mick Ronson is the best. I love Mick Ronson, and so that's a huge influence. The Replacements I love. But yeah. So my go-to is more, and then I love just the stuff I grew up with.
Of course, yeah.
So it's
nostalgia.
I got a lot of nostalgia.
Is there any particular artist or genre or era whose sound you try to emulate when songwriting, or if not emulate, that influences you directly?
Guided by Voices in a big way, and then with chord changes and stuff, when I get stuck, I'll go to songs that I really like and just listen to what
see
people
what
have
kind
done
of
in
shift
the
they
past.
do. Yeah.
So that's really helpful. But yeah, I think Bob Pollard and the Beatles and Westerberg, those are great.
Bringing it back to my boyfriend real quick, because I am his biggest fan. His best friend's partner's favorite band is Guided by Voices, and my partner just happens to like them quite a bit as well. And one of the fun facts that I have accrued or absorbed through being with him, because he's a huge music nerd gearhead, one of the fun facts about Guided by Voices that I've learned is that for their, I can't remember the record label that they were signed to, but they were given something like a couple $1,000s, like $100,000 for a record that they were supposed to make, spent it all on beer, and then only put $100 toward the recording process, and it's their most famous album ever.
I think we have a new inspiration. I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Do you know where you should get it?
I'm going to have to start
Crank
listening.
Arms.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Starting to listen by Guided by Voices now, I guess.
Right.
That's it.
Oh wait, they make music.
That's right.
When I said they were a big influence, I meant
The drinking.
You yourself are hearing voices. You're guided by.
guided by this beer budget.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! I guess you're the last one, Drew. You gotta.
So you started the question by to get in a good mood.
Right.
Certainly, yeah. To I guess to energize me, I think the bands that I go to are lately there's I like the noise genre. I really like a band. I think it's not on the list over there. I think I can say it. WHORES. Can I say that word?
Yes.
Did I say? We'll just go with that. We'll just go with that.
I think you can say that
They're
word.
from Atlanta. Absolutely fantastic. Just super heavy. Great band. 3-piece. Super heavy. Something a little more poppy. I like Bully.
Very cool.
Really
From Nashville.
Yeah, really dig her voice and her guitar playing.
And they're good fans of Paramore, who is also from Nashville. So.
Screaming Females.
Also cool.
Huge fan of them. I'm going to go see them. They're coming in town not too long. Got tickets to that show. Let me see. Who else we got?
Drew is me in 20 years.
That's it. Or 40, but whatever. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Yeah.
I hope I'm into cool music
That's
in 20 years.
Oh, yeah. So and I brought them up earlier. Cooley High. Really dig them. These are the songs that are infrequent are frequently on my rotation on my Bandcamp and so forth. So.
And I just got to bring it back and give myself a personal shout out. I recommended Together Pangea to y'all.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that you
yeah.
like them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Laura, you said that you had gone to their show a little while ago. That is very cool. I still have yet to do so. Extremely jealous. Just out of sheer curiosity, did you have an album or project of theirs that you liked the most?
Everything. I think I've picked up everything now, but I think Battleac was my favorite one. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of gems on all of them. But
Battleac is definitely my favorite.
Like a notch up.
It's really gritty, which is cool.
Yeah, it's so good because it's heavy, but it's also got a lot of hooks and and they were really charismatic live too.
Yeah, their audio tree session is crazy.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah,
because their frontman is like this balding guy, and he wears like a little like paperboy hat and like a white wife beater and a grill, and he's this white man and he's just so goofy when performing live. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but it's good.
I think we're getting more influences. Chris, write that down.
Right. You guys can't see what I'm wearing right now, but
but it's that exact outfit.
That ensemble, yeah.
Well, let's transition over back to Goddamn Wolves and play a couple more of your songs since we're streaming the last bit of your discography. As it is 1:30, I feel like that would be a good segue. So the songs you're about to hear are Sideways, Try Me, and Two Boots. I believe y'all played Two Boots last time you were here, right?
We played all three of these.
Yes. You played all three of them.
These are from the...
But
I
not
think
live.
These three
Not
songs
live,
are from the first EP. Just
very cool.
Wolves, yep.
What's that? Oh, it's the self-titled EP, correct? Okay, awesome. All right, WKNC audience, keep it locked. We have roughly about 30 minutes left, and the next 15 of them are going to go to streaming these next few songs. Once again, Goddamn Wolves in the studio on the local beat with DJ Beowvlf. Keep it locked, and if you're in Cup of Joe, stay exactly where you are. WKNC 88.1. We are wrapping up the local beat with Goddamn Wolves. The other two band members are currently clearing out the studio, and I have Chris just finishing up things with me. So if you'd like to go ahead and introduce to the audience, once again, where to find your music, the next two shows that you have coming up, and any lingering fun facts that you have available, feel free to do so.
Okay. So we're on Bandcamp. You can just search for Goddamn Wolves on Bandcamp. We've got a page, and it's got all the recorded stuff that we have. We're playing tonight at Crank Arm, downtown Raleigh. We're playing at 7. Music starts at 5. And then we're playing September 24th. Local 506, we're opening up for Dude York. Very excited about that. And what was the other thing I was supposed to?
If you have any lingering facts or anything you'd like to share with the audience.
Lingering facts. Well, let me tell you some things about Laura and Drew.
Nice. I'm into it. Go ahead.
No, I couldn't do that to them. We're also playing in November at Slim's. I forget. It's a Saturday night. I think is it like the 11th or something? I didn't. It's a Saturday in November, so you got 25% chance, I guess. Yeah, we'll list it on Bandcamp. And thank you so much for having us. It was really great to be here.
Absolutely.
We love KNC
again.
And the local. Yeah, again. And we'll be back next week, I guess.
Yeah, probably. All right. Last request I have for you is, do you have a favorite Dude York song? As of now, in our lineup, we have Falling, Should've, The Way I Feel, Bit Saloon, Paralyzed, and Blackjack. So to give the audience a taste of the kind of band that you're going to be playing with, if you'd like to select one of those songs.
Laura says Falling.
Falling's
I like
the song?
Should've too, but we'll go with Falling because Laura.
Sounds like I'm going to do them both.
Cool.
All right. Once again, this is the local beat on WKNC. The next two songs you're going to hear are Falling and Should've by Dude York, because Goddamn Wolves is playing a show with them at Local 506 next week. Thank you for listening, and we will be back next weekend. I don't have an act booked yet, but you know that I will. Once again, DJ Beowvlf on WKNC. I almost said Local 506.